John Van Guy. Hi. Right, this is a fun topic. The hood, the convertible hood on the Porsche 986. As you know, I've had problems, if you've seen previous videos, it was actually putting everything back and realigning things where I came a little bit unstuck. And some of the problems, one of the big problems I came across was an obvious thing really. Keep your hood, the front hood open, because by going up and down, it's a simple thing, but you soon drain the battery. And then you're kind of stuck. You have to go to procedure to get your hood open again, but that's another thing. And I've got the car running now. There she is, and the hood's down. Now, so to help you, I made a few classic schoolboy errors, novice errors really, when putting the thing back. Right, let me try and tell you. If I raise the hood now, hopefully it raises, so I want to close the thing, and it's going to go up, and then the hood's going to come across. I'll leave it like that for a moment. It's coming across there, it's working now, good. Right. Few things I came across and which might help you. Right, just to quickly go, let me turn this off now. Few things that just to review what we've got with the hood. You have a central motor here. You have a transmission each side. The left-hand side transmission is down there, and there's a right-hand drive transmission down there. The two rods, one's a sort of hydraulic and the other's not. One is attached, the hydraulic one is actually attached to this lift mechanism. You just push this clip out, and then you can take that off. And you have that, so that's connected to the boomerang. Each side has got a boomerang on it, shaped unit, which is just about there. You can see it, I think. Right, now this is the side, the left hand side is where the electrics go. Right, now it was a case of the first thing you do when you're actually putting everything back, because I've had one of the transmissions out, and the final problem seemed to be this cable, which actually there's a cable goes in each side of the motor. You can just pull it out as a sort of lift up clip. You lift up that, and then you can pull this out. Then you can use a drill to actually move the boomerang one way or the other. So that's the idea. Now, I actually had this out and the boomerang off. I don't know if you can see it down there. And the boomerang off. Now, the thing is, when I put it back, I didn't realign the actual notches. And you'll see, I can't do it now because I've put everything back. But on the casing of the actual motor, there's a little line, and on the outer casing there's a notch. And you'll see them, they're obvious, and they have to line up. So it's important when you're putting everything back to make sure that those notches are lined up on either side. What I did, I didn't line up properly when I was putting everything back. And what happened is I ended up with everything 180 degrees out. And it took me a while to realise what was happening. And so that was a crucial mistake. So I took off that again. It's the two 19 mil bolts, which you can actually get out to take the boomerangs off. You can actually, an easy way to release things is actually this hydraulic damper, this one here. You can actually just push that clip up and then pull it out from that side. That's probably the easiest thing to do on both sides, and that will free you up really to faff about. There's one thing I noticed when I put everything back as well. This arm of the damper it was very loose in the socket. I couldn't understand why is that so loose on the other side. What it is inside the rim is a little plastic cylinder which acts as like a sleeve inside for the actual protruding the top protrusion from the hydraulic damper, which actually goes through. And without that sleeve, it rocks a bit and you might have problems. So don't lose the sleeve. I did. Fortunately, I found it down in the well. I thought it might have gone down the drain hole down there, but actually feeling around, eventually found it. I was able to put it back. So that sleeve now has gone back on there, and I was able to put the clip. When you put these clips back, by the way, it's worth pushing in that little sensor rod just to make them a better and a neater fit. Then it clings better. And when you're actually pushing them on, just lift that centerpiece with a small electrician's screwdriver or something. When you're actually pushing it on, and it fits in a nice slot on the actual. It's a bit loose there. See, it's easy comes out. Make sure it's on. So I'm going to have to put that on again. And that just shows you. Well, I'll do that before it comes out. Anyway, remember to do that. Anyway, so once I've done that, then everything seemed to work properly once I'd lined up. And there's different ways you can actually line up as well. I had take the camshell off. It's only 3 nuts on either side. That's safer. Leave the camshell off and get everything working just with these arms, the lift up arms. When nothing works, then you put your camshell back. But get everything working with that first, without the camshell on, and then put the camshell back. Otherwise, you can ask potential for warping the camshell, I suppose. Also, when you're actually trying to operate, don't keep pushing the thing on or off. If it stops, you stop, because it's telling you something's actually wrong. You don't strain the system at all. That's another thing to remember. I've got this beautiful. I was going to, if this wasn't a problem, I was going to resort to taking the relay out and look at this, brilliant, the relay out and working through this Help Me DIY on YouTube. Aaron, I think his name is. He's put this on, and it's worth having anyway for future reference. And you can actually, with a multimeter, and a couple of wires, you can actually check everything out from the the convertible top lock, convertible top lid, convertible top motor, windows going up and down, what have you. You can actually follow through this procedure step by step and identify where your problem lies, because you can have problems in this part where the hood hitches, whereas once you take it off, and again, if you go onto Aaron's site, Help Me DIY, excellent site, you'll find where the I think there's at least two micro switches in there, and you'll be able to play around. You see what he did in that situation. Fortunately, I didn't have to go there, but I was kind of looking forward to actually playing with this. It's not really my forte, so it would have been interesting to see how that worked. And it's a great big, the relay is a big black box, which you can't really miss. It's near the fuse box, above it or below it, I'm not sure. But there's plenty of references to that. And the relays, if you try to replace this double relay, it's quite expensive from what I can make out. So so that's the last resort, really. Anyway, I didn't have to resort to all this, but I'm going to keep this for future reference. It's just a nice little bit more insurance if I have problems again with one thing or another. At least you can identify where, or probably identify where your problem is. So that's all. Everything's working again, thank goodness. And the sun's shining. Look, lovely sun shining all around. And I'm going now to go for a buzz. Yes, I can't wait. Oh, I must replace that clip. Yeah, that little clip. Yeah, as I said, you push that center piece in, slide it back on, and that helps to grip it once it's in. To keep that on, you don't want that really coming off, otherwise you got more problems. Right, so that's today's bit of fun, folks. Have a good day. Bye.